Joined now by Gilbert Harrison, who is the founder and CEO of Financo, which advises and provides investment banking services to retail companies. Clients have included Neiman Marcus, Lord & Taylor, Abercrombie & Fitch as well. Gilbert, thanks for coming in to talk to us about these numbers.
Good afternoon.
So you heard Zara talking about the sales picture, the inventory reduction picture. It seems like retailers have really sort of turned a corner here and they've changed their strategy.
Well, I'm very bullish at this point because not only have they been able to survive, but survive well. They've cut expenses, which she did not mention, by somewhere between 10 and 15%. And by doing this and reducing the inventory, while the sales, comp store sales figures are up, not dramatically up, they're still going to show very, very good profits, in my opinion, when the earnings come out in the next month or two.
Well, that said, even though the sales weren't up amazingly well, there were a couple that did do very well. We were talking during the break about TJX and Ross in particular. Even though the economy, we're seeing some of the numbers get better, it seems like people still really just want to save money, don't they?
I think people continually are looking for a value, although the luxury sector has performed even better than what people have projected. So that I think both at the low end and the high end, or the value end, you're seeing the consumer respond, because you take a look at Costco, BJ's, TJ Maxx, and Ross stores, their performance have been stellar. The department stores, I'm very happy with the performance that we've seen there, whether it's Nordstrom or Saks or Neiman's or even Macy's, even though they're still not up to where they were in 2007. 2009 has shown a remarkable improvement with 20 to 30% less inventory.
Now, let's get back to TJX and Ross for just a second as well. These are stocks that have also done, as you can see here, very well. Do you think that the trajectory will continue in terms of the business continuing to see these types of sales gains as well? Are they going to be able to keep up the pace, I guess, is what I'm asking.
I think they certainly hope so. The question is, as people migrate back to the more traditional retailers, will they lose any space, or will there just be more dollars coming into the market so that they can continue their own gliding up, but others can start to recapture their market share as well? I think it's going to be a combination of both. I mean, TJ's and Ross have done a phenomenal job creating value for the consumer. They have a lot of products being made for them today as opposed to just being closeouts, and they're good customers for all the wholesalers that are out there.
I also want to talk about Sears, which, as Zara pointed out, the best performer today in the S&P. Now, this is a company a lot of people have given up for dead. What are they doing right that they weren't doing before?
I think Eddie Lampert, and I'm a big fan of Eddie's, has taken a look at the fact that he's really in the retail business. He's not in the real estate business. Everybody was saying that his whole upside was selling the real estate if the business went out. And I think in the market today, that's not possible. So he's going back to focus on the consumer and giving the consumer a product that they want. I mean, they have some great names between Land's End and Craftsman and so on that they're able to give the consumer value. And if they're able to rebuild and put money back into the stores, which is the one area that he's been holding back on and has held back on the last 3 years, you'll see both Sears and Kmart rebounding substantially. I've said that Kmart should go out of business and they should change all those names to Sears Express and be able to have a much greater marketing impact. But he hasn't listened to me.
But Kmart's numbers were relatively good for the holiday season, and that's interesting.
They were better than Target's, which is interesting.
Well, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Why are people still shopping, or why are people now going back to Kmart when Target and Walmart are such big names right now?
Because they have good locations. Because the consumer still knows the name, and the consumer, I guess, is seeing something different, something better in the stores.
And just very quickly here, Costco also doing very well. Internationally, in particular, is this a growth area for them where they're going to be opening even more stores?
Huge, because their only competition in the past has really been the hypermarkets in Europe and so on, and they're able to give the consumers great value.
Okay, Gilbert, unfortunately, we're out of time. We could talk shopping and retail all day. Thanks a lot for coming in. Gilbert Harrison of Financo.